Hello everyone, welcome to another beautiful time again on Issues. This is Global Television. We are reaching you live and direct from the nation's capital, Abuja, Nigeria. My name is Ramsey Enoch Agbo. Let's quickly take you through a little background, or what I would call the introduction to our discussion for today. 2027 polls. Have you thought about it? Which of the parties can we say is the strongest? Which can we say is the weakest? Do we even have a weak party as far as 2027 polls is concerned? Or we should even be looking at the contestants, the candidates, instead of the political parties? Because some persons will tell you it's not all about the political parties, but about the individuals. And some will tell you it is about the political parties and their antecedents. What have they done before? More so that we would have what we call the power of incumbency. Well, sometimes the power of incumbency doesn't work. Remember what happened in, of course, 2015, when the former president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the person of His Excellency Goodluck Jonathan, said his ambition is not worth the blood of any Nigerian, and for certain reasons, according to what we heard, have to congratulate the late President Muhammadu Buhari in 2015. But today, we have a lot of people saying so many things, a lot of political parties fielding presidential candidates, and even to the other positions available for offices available to be occupied by politicians. But today, we want to really look at the level of preparedness of political parties. How prepared are the political parties? You know, sometimes the political parties might not be so prepared, but you see a lot of things happening, a lot of campaigns going on like it's happening already. So today, we want to do a little assessment of the political parties, and I have my guest. One of my guests is already seated. The second guest will be joining us as we proceed with the discussion. I have with me right here Abdurrahman Aliagan. It's good to have you join us. He's a journalist and, of course, a public affairs commentator. It's good to have you join us on Issues today.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure being here again. Good evening, viewers. Thank you. I
was actually being tempted to say His Excellency. You know your appearance right there. No, you're not far from it. You're not far from it. You know, I was thinking and I was like, yeah, I think we need to come to a particular time in this country where you just be where you are and people look at what you have done and say, yay, come. It's you we want. No elections. It's just you we want, you know. We're getting to that place very soon.
Of God, it's not out of place.
It's not out of place, even though the primaries have come with a lot of tongue wagging. You know, when we first, personally, when I heard about the primaries, that it was going to be direct primaries, people just queue and you will count openly. I was excited. But then what we saw, the complaints.
Honestly,
the complaint is not something to be overlooked.
Honestly,
really disappointing.
It was a disappointing, honestly. As we are not expecting the type of politics we are playing with the level of experience gathered by the Mr. President, for something like this happening under his watch, honestly, is disappointing. Honestly, yeah. That's just the fact, because till date we still have so many states that the election, the primaries is still inconclusive.
Primaries inconclusive. Yes. So how will 2027 general election be if primaries will be inconclusive?
In fact, the reason why I said it's disappointing, because I was a living witness to one in my state, where the primary at a point was cancelled, and the following day, that was on the 21st of May, and it was postponed to 22nd. we are on the field when the announcement was.
You were on the field trying to conduct the primaries.
You can ask anybody in Kwara State.
Probably the first one was cancelled because they felt it was not in the favor of their candidate.
That is just it. That's why I said it is disappointing, honestly.
But wait, I'm surprised about something. I've not seen any single, I don't know, but in most of the states, there are complaints across board.
Yeah.
Especially that of the All Progressive Congress.
That's it.
A lot of people, but one amazing thing is that the people who are complaining are not just ordinary members. And you know something, there is some kind of members we say bench warmers. They are not bench warmers, they are real members who sit on the bench 247. And all of this is happening. How comes?
So you see, it was, I mean, it's expected that with the kind of the man we have at the helm of affairs, given his experience, given his struggle to sustain democracy, and for all this kind of rigmarole happening under his watch, it tells much about what we are going to be confronted with come 2027. And the like of the man, the INEC chairman, you know, his name is
Joash
Amopitan. You know, in Yoruba language, the meaning of Amopitan is somebody that we can actually, somebody that will make history. So we now begin to look at what kind of history is the INEC chairman is going to make at the end of the day. So because by virtue of that name, I think he must do the needful so that the name is not counterproductive, giving the name the meaning of the name.
I will ask you the meaning of the name. You brought it up, so you're going to tell us the meaning of that name. But meanwhile, we'll quickly go on a very brief break. When we return, we'll get ahead with the conversation because it's very serious right here. All attention is on 2027 polls, and we would have to talk about it today. Stay with us. Issues return after this time. Every day, we are surrounded by questions that spark debates, fuel confusion, and demand answers. From social tension, we move to personal struggles, political controversies, to everyday realities. The issues are real, and they affect us all. On issues, we don't just assume, we ask. We bring together experts, eyewitnesses, and the people at the center of the matter to break it down. Fact by fact, truth by truth. Yes, no guesswork, no fighting, just clarity, different voices, different perspective, one honest conversation. If it affects your life, your future, or your community, it is an issue. On Issues, questions meet answers with conversations that matter. Showing every Tuesday and Fridays at 5 p.m. on Global Television. Clarity starts right here on Issues. Every day, we are surrounded by questions that spark debates, fuel confusion, and demand answers. From social tension, we move to personal struggles, political controversies, to everyday realities. The issues are real, and they affect us all. On Issues, we don't just assume, we ask. We bring together experts, eyewitnesses, and the people at the center of the matter to break it down. Fact by fact, truth by truth. Yes, no guesswork, no fighting, just clarity, different voices, different perspective, one honest conversation. If it affects your life, your future, or your community. It is an issue. On Issues, questions meet answers with conversations that matter. Showing every Tuesday and Fridays at 5 p.m. on Global Television. Clarity starts right here on Issues. Yes, we're back talking about the 2027 polls. I told us that my other guests will join us at the course of the discussion. And he's right here. He's an entrepreneur, he's an activist, he's a political analyst, and of course, he is someone, all right, that is a member of the African Action Congress too, all right, a candidate, senatorial candidate for FCT. Now, we have Mohammed Kazim. It's good to have you join us on the program.
It's a pleasure in mine. Good afternoon.
Welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much.
We're looking at the 2027 polls. So good, you are a candidate, all right, a senatorial candidate for the African Action Congress. You had your primaries.
Yes.
So how was the primaries? Because the reason I'm asking, we're just saying it briefly before you entered, how there were pocket of issues with the primaries of most political parties.
Almost all the political parties.
Almost all the political parties.
Yeah.
So how was yours? How was your primaries like?
Actually, ours is just a consensus one,
Okay.
where everybody just accepted our candidacy. Are you getting it now? As enshrined in the law of Nigeria and also in our internal laws. So what I think happened is, you see, the internal democracy of all the parties, it's shaking, and you can see what played out during the past primary elections, where people buy votes, where they start counting from number 1 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 100, 100 to 1,000. And I used to tell people, you see, political parties are not supposed to be a thing of where people will feel they just want to go and cash fund. But in Nigeria today, our political elites, those that call themselves politicians, because I'm not a politician, we are just somebody who have an ideology. And then if you see the ideology of AAC for the past 8 years, headed by our president, Omoyele Sowore, you see that it has been consistent. And there is clarity in that ideology. What he said in 2019 that he's going to do, part of it is still what he's saying today, and adding the advancement of technology. Like he attended an interview like this, and he said his own Minister of Defense is going to be a drone. The kidnappers we have today, when you look at what is going on the social media, where they are and how they are faring there, is being detected by drones. Example is the Ondo Ekiti one. I saw that one yesterday. Somebody just brought it. So if somebody can use drone to go and actually locate where these people are, what is wrong with our government? So all the primaries are in shambles. We threw ourselves out. We decided to play a game, because I've contested before in 2007, 2008 in Kuje. I contested against Danladi. Are you getting it now? Before the late Shaban Tete. Are you getting it now? I contested against him. And then I look at the preparedness, I look at all what happened, all what played out. I say, this is not for me, because there's no ideology. Everybody is just looking for what to grab, how to grab it. Because we are not mad people. We have intellectuals in this nation. We have people who are sound, who knows what to do, how to do it. the responsibility of any political party at all. They are supposed to be the engine room to bring about what I call nationalism, for you to become a nationalist. And when you look at when we want to talk about nationalism, you see that a good and intelligent nationalist end with Awolowo, Tafawa Balewa, Nnamdi Azikiwe. Are you getting that? It ended with them. We don't have any nationalists against now. Everybody is just jostling for what I'm going to get. I'm going to get it. If not, look at the primaries. Look at how things went. Look at what they are doing. And they are not even ashamed. They killed the culture of shame. My daughter was washing. My young boy that was in JSS1 was washing. Daddy, what is it? I said, well, this is the country we find ourselves. I used to tell people, I said, you see, my friends who are exposed, almost all of them are not in this country again. The one in UK, the one in America, the one in Canada, and when they got there, they were doing jobs that does not align with their personality, with their person. But I just told them, I said, I won't leave this country. Rather, I will be part of
the people that will change.
Yes, agent of change.
You said something. You said you're not a politician.
I am not.
But you are
is someone a politician? Because the definition of politician.
Yes, that's exactly what I wanted to tell. The definition of politician,
Nigerian politician. When you want to define Nigerian politician, you tag what is it called? I listened to Amechi, his interview with Jude. He said all of them are thieves. All of who? That one asked again. All of who? He said all of them are thieves. He mentioned it. Are we supposed to be producing thieves? Are we supposed to be having?
Who are the them?
That is it. They ask him, are you not part of them? You were a speaker of House of Assembly, you were a governor for 8 years, you were a minister for 8 years, you were this, you were that. The same political system that we have around. And you are saying they are all thieves. So you are thief.
You said you're not a politician.
I am not a politician.
For that reason.
When it comes to the definition of politician, as far as Nigeria is concerned, I am.
Okay, you're an American politician.
No. I am an agent of change.
Okay, not a politician.
Not a politician. Sowore is an agent of change. Sowore is a disruptor.
Oh, all right. Let me get.
Are you getting that? So
yes.
The preparedness has to do with internal democracy first. Are you getting me now? Then policy statements. They don't have policy statements in their party. How would they have policy statement outside their party? Look at what is playing around now. Look at what we are seeing. Is anybody preparing? Is anybody preparing? I'm asking you, is anybody preparing? Nobody is preparing for anything. Nobody is preparing for anything. We threw ourselves in now to say, okay, guys, let's give Nigeria, reasonable Nigeria, what to hear, what to see, and what to know. I wish you listened to the presentation of our president when he was handed the flag. You listen to all what
he's no longer the national.
He's no longer the national. No, he's not the candidate. He's not a presidential candidate.
Because before now he was both the national chairman and the presidential candidate.
That's the reason I told you that.
The ideology is widening on a daily basis.
Of course, it's just advancing.
It's advancing.
The ideology is
all right. I'll come back.
Who amongst the political party, amongst all the political parties that have a clear ideology?
Let me get to Ali Aga now. What do you think of political parties having an ideology? Because a lot of people have argued that in the past. Some person said these political parties are just vehicles that take politicians to their destination. Other people said there is no political party that does not have an ideology. So where do you belong?
Yeah, you see, I've been mentioning this times without number in this on this platform and other platforms that Nigeria, or so to say Africa, there is nothing like a political ideology. in our political system.
Thank you.
So
Completely?
Completely.
So how does INEC register them? If you don't have an ideology, would INEC register
It's a
you?
different thing. You know, there are some what you need to register a party. They will put it in black and white, put everything together, submit it to INEC. INEC will register the party when they meet up with what I call paper ideology. But ideology is not something contained in a paper. Its ideology is an innate feeling. What your identity, your party identity. Like my brother just said now, that it seemed that the nationalists had ended with our forefathers, like Obafemi Awolowo, the Nnamdi Azikiwe, and Ahmadu Bello, name them. These are the people that we can actually say that their parties are with ideology. And the moment they left, that political ideology died with them. So, but what we have today, go to the constitution of APC, you will see it there clearly in paper. But when it comes to practice, to bring what is written or captured in the paper into practice that can actually advance us politically, socially, economically, you now discover that it's a shambles. Look at the primary that we are talking about. APC conducted primary is even worse. When you begin to name 1, 10, 50, 200, 1,000 like that publicly. I made mention of one in my state where the primary was ongoing. A call came that the primary has to stop, has to be postponed till the following day. They were still at the field when we heard that a name of their intended candidate had been pronounced by Obanikoro. So how do we now place this in our political system? A party with ideology will not do that. Look at what happened between in ADC, the party that was considered to be alternative before. Look at what happened. Look at Babashir Lawal. yes, ADC. You can see the way he lashed on the former vice president Atiku Abubakar. He called him names as a result of primary, that he was rigged for the party. The primary was rigged to favor Atiku. Look at Aisha Yesufu. The same thing in NDC. So in PDP, are we now talking of ideology? Where is that ideology? Because ideology should be something that we don't need to, even if you are not born during Obafemi Awolowo, you should know what Obafemi Awolowo stand for.
Thank you.
If you were not born when Nnamdi Azikiwe was at the helm of a party affairs, you should know what he stood for.
Thank you.
But today, what can we say that all of them stand for as we speak? And that is what we want to see as party ideology. If you are asked now that what is the ideology of APC, do you have anything to tell me?
I'm not a member, so I wouldn't know.
Even if you are not a member, you are not a member of Action Congress during Obafemi Awolowo. But today, if you are asked, you will be able to say something. If you don't even know anything at all, you know that education is part of their political ideology.
Education is power.
So that is in Aminu Kano. You know that it is a poor people-centered political ideology. So you don't need anybody to tell you this. It is something that you identify with. People know you for it. So today, what do we call of the APC political ideology,
The
PDP political ideology? In the other clients, we know we are talking of the Democrat and the Republican.
Yeah.
We all know what their political ideology are. So that's why I said, not only in Nigeria, across Africa, tell me, which is he in Liberia? Is he in Zimbabwe? Is he in where again? All these before even
South Africa here.
Where is the ideology?
Oh, all right, let's go back. Let me come back to you, Muhammad. As it is now, what do you think of? Because while he was speaking, he spoke surprisingly that even if we will have inconsistencies in other parties, not parties like ADC and NDC, and he even pointed out, he gave examples of people who actually voiced out and people who felt marginalized in that primaries. What were you thinking? What do you think about ADC, for instance? As a political party?
ADC, as far as I'm concerned, is just a party of certain characters. Where we have David Mark, where we have their likes. David Mark was a governor of certain state. I've forgotten the state now. When I was in primary 3, I be primary 2. That's me. I'm above 50. I am above 50. And David Mark was a governor of a state when I was in primary 3.
Niger State.
When I was in primary 3.
Military administrator?
Yes! And he was part of this. See, people that spoil your yesterday cannot repair today. Because what they did yesterday is what we are facing today. Or the person that emerged as their presidential candidate, the chairman, chief executive officer of privatization. He was in government and he built a private university. Who among those people there can we point to? I came to this town about 20 years ago. I met Jakondi Baba Kekere in Kuje. What did he come for? He came to come and supervise the kind of project he was having when he was the governor of Lagos State in Kuje. Housing development. It is not real estate though. It's not this real estate that if you check this, if you investigate all these real estate people, you discover that this money we are looking for is part of what they are claiming to be their own money they are using to develop their real estate. But Kekere was in Kuje. He was into housing. When I saw him, I prostrated. My head was, it was very old. Far back 2008 or 2007. He had a project in Kuje inside one Chetuko deal, maybe Kuchako. Big housing estate that anybody, if you're a civil servant, you can buy. Are you getting me now? Look at what is in my brain. Look at the person I am remembering. What can I say of Atiku that he has done? I did not benefit directly. My dad did not benefit. None of my family benefited from Jakondi. But my friend dad, one or two relatives, their family, they benefited from that housing. And they are no earners. They are no salary earners. Are you getting it now? With high-tech security in those housing estates. I grew in Ikorodu. Are you getting me? We have low cost housing estates. When you go there, it will just be as if you are in small London. Those of us who are not living in the estate, we live outside the estate. Look at what is happening today. So, ADC, NDC, whatever the D and the C's, I don't think any of them has solution for this country. What they were
You think AAC has?
what they were just looking for, of course, ANC has.
But if an NDC or ADC person is here, they will tell you the same.
No, they cannot say
That's the problem with politicians.
Listen to me. When we are talking here, we talked of ideology. We talked of people who are real nationalists. Look at I'm not really sure where I was staying in the US. He was living a good life. There are certain things I wouldn't say because of my upbringing. I'm a Muslim. I'm an alpha. I'm a cleric. I'm an imam of a mosque. Are you getting me now? There are things you don't see, but there are things your brain will just be against if you are not saying it. Somebody stayed 20 years, lived well to the extent that the American government is paying $50,000 every month. The day I met him, the way I met you, the first time we met him, maybe 2019, after 2019, whatever, he told me, say, anytime he wakes up, something will just be telling him, people are suffering. I said, the day I had the opportunity to meet Gani Fawehinmi, that was the same thing he told me. The day I had the opportunity of meeting Falana, he said, we are becoming old now. It's not your turn.
You not met anyone in the north. All the people you're meeting are from the west.
I've not met anyone from the north. I don't have opportunity to
Maybe you have a deeper feeling and passion like the people you are talking about now have. If you had met anyone from the north too, because you're just talking about
I ran in Kuje, and when I ran in Kuje, instead of you to meet them and discuss issue, they send something to their boys to come and call you for. I think no, you don't. Let's meet. You cannot send something to me. I don't. It's not about something. It's not about giving me envelope or giving me.
Okay, they wanted to support your ambition.
They wanted to support. They wanted to do this. They wanted to do that. I told those that time that look, you can't buy me. I am not poor, and I'm not rich. I'm not the poorest. I am not the richest. I'm in the middle. You understand? And one thing I love about life is freedom. NDC, ADC. Look at what happened. In short, I pity myself. I pity myself. Because the best thing we can do is for everybody to come together and produce the best candidate.
So how do we achieve that? That's the question.
Who is the best candidate?
How do we know who is the best? Because let me say,
The best is there. It's not about party. It's not character. Vision. What somebody want to do. What he has said he want to do. What he's practicing. What he's waiting for. What he's doing. All his activity. Both Nigeria, outside, individually, everywhere.
All right, let me get to Aleogun now. Aleogun, there is something that I have discovered about people who are affiliated to politicians and political parties. Everyone, and it's a major challenge in Nigeria. And that's one of the problems that I see with our youths especially. I speak to a lot of them, and that's what I tell them. When they throw their support behind a candidate, they can push that candidate, say positive things about that candidate or a political party where they belong, all right, until after election. Then they will start, I don't know whether they regret. And look at Nigeria. Nigerian I want to say what they've been doing is some form of test run. Some people will tell you, we don't know who is the best anymore, because you say we want change. Okay, we don't want corruption anymore. You bring a Jonathan, all right? Then after a while you say, no. People even carry caskets, did a lot of protests to host him out of office in 2015 that they needed a change. And who do you think will bring this change? And the late former President Muhammadu Buhari came on board. And the change became a chain for a lot of Nigerians, as they said.
A lot of us.
So now, how do we tackle the issue of, like he's saying about Omowole Sowore now, If not until it gets into power, you may not really ascertain. So how do we bridge this gap? Because our youths, a lot of youths are now just running. I was somewhere, to MC an event, and I saw the way youths, able youths, were running after politicians in their cars. And what did they do? I was with a senator, and the senator just brought out a bundle and just gave to them, and they started running after themselves, falling out. That they share that one, they come again to another politician like that. This is a problem. So how do we bridge this gap over singing praises of politicians, and when they get into office, we see a different thing. So how do we bridge that gap? It's a problem. It's a challenge.
It's a serious problem, and part of that problem is the people themselves.
The electorate, right?
Ourselves. So
Nigerians.
That
we Nigerians.
Yes. One, the Nigerian system of politics has changed to a kind of system whereby the people at the helms of affair, they direct your psyche, your thinking towards a particular direction. The way they want you to think, the way they want you to see, what they want you to see, and what they don't want you to see. See, when you said you saw people, youths, able youth, running after peanuts, in a way, you won't blame them. Like I said, that it is the way Nigerian government wants our able youth to behave. Because one, where is job opportunity where they can engage meaningfully? Where is a good atmospheric condition that can actually help you to thrive in your chosen career or in your chosen skill? And poverty has been weaponized on Nigerian people, and we have to live, we have to survive. You now discover that it is the way the politician sets our brain to think, or the way they tilted it to a particular area. That is how we follow. Until that day, as an electorate, we understand the gravity of the power in our thumb. Because in our society, we know those people that can actually bring about the needed change. But maybe these people, they don't have what to push out in terms of financial strength. Like somebody was saying that, give it to Atiku, he will get the ticket. Let him contest anywhere, any party, he will get that ticket. But to translate that strength in getting ticket into electoral fortune remain issue. What do you think led Peter Obi out of ADC? What do you think led Peter Obi out of PDP? Because he was paired with Atiku Abubakar, and he confessed publicly that he doesn't have dollar to throw away for the so-called delegates. He backed out from the PDP. The same thing in ADC that led him to NDC, because he knew that with the person of Atiku, where is the financial strength or muscle? Because either we like it or not, resources play a crucial role when it comes to the party politics in Nigeria. As of today, we may not talk of what may come up tomorrow. So to
cross that hurdle or the curve is a serious issue that has to do with our orientation. Do we even know an average youth, Nigerian youth, do they even know what is there in maybe Nigerian constitution or in electoral act? Do they even read it to know the strength of one or two votes in their thumb? So, and for those people these people that are weaponized poverty on them, they will continue to dictate that tone, because Nigerians youth now understand election period as a time to make money. You even begin to see them. One played up about 2 days ago. I have a friend in the United Kingdom. He now posted a post on his Facebook page that Nigerian youth, here you are. Because when you were shouting on somebody that is a criminal, I don't want to mention name, some of the people that won tickets in some of political parties, they still have cases either in EFCC or ICPC pending, and yet they still get that ticket and they are still going to vote, be voted for, and either they like it or not, their name are still going to be announced as the winner of the election. How are we going to get out of this? Because these are the people that we know that they have various cases in EFCC, ICPC, and in courts. Yet, and their cases are bordered on corruption, siphoning huge amount of money. Yet, they still came back to the same society, to the same people, and they still wanted to contest an election to lead the same people. These people, they know them well, and they are still praising them. How do you now think we can get out of this?
Weaponizing poverty is a big tool in the hand of the government.
That is just it.
Before, I don't actually understand the difference between a capitalist and a socialist. I don't even know maybe Nigeria is a capitalist state or a socialist state. But you see, when I left secondary school, I was opportune to work with a private firm. That's PZ Industry.
Okay, yeah.
It's a big conglomerate.
Yeah,
back then. And then they used to pick brains in the school to say, come to our training school. After the training school, we sent you to UK for 2 years. So I did a course, they call instrumentation and control. Are you getting it now? So in that course, when I was running the course, I began to ask people who went through this system, where are they? They now start pointing to me, one old man. How old are you in this system? And I say, I spent 25 years. What have you got? He said, the only thing I have is I've sent my children to university. You, about 10 of them say, this is not the kind of person I want to become. Mindset. My own mind shifted. The promise of sending you to UK after the completion of the course, they now said, instead of you to go to UK, come and go to the factory. The UK of a thing they promised us, they removed it. The policy they have, everything they have that they used to tell us, they remove it. That is a capitalist system. Now, that system has been translated to the government of Nigeria. Let us weaponize poverty. If not, youth and women participation in preparedness for election is a big thing.
Very big, very big.
How many young guys, young able men, intellectual, that are doing things on their own will be able to contest under this carried on APC, PDP, PDA, PDC, that he win something from there. How many? Nobody. You can't, because they share this bad. I was in the town now when they came for their primaries. All the hotels were full, and something.
That was during the delegate system.
Yes, and something exchanges hand. When is it going to end?
But now that it's primaries, is it still like that?
It's like that.
Direct primaries?
It's like that. It's like that everywhere. It's like that every day. When is it going to end? And they said that where selfishness, where selfishness is the order of the day, you see evil and evil acts emerging from that state. Look at what is happening. That's because we have selfish leadership.
But if you call these people, they will still deny.
Call which people?
The people
Are you blind? Are you blind? Are you blind? Did you have head? Did you have brain? But who was Atiku before he became VP? Who is Amechi? Who was Wike? Who are they? Like me now? I'm a private person. Everything I have, you can come, you can access it. I will not become a president or a chairman or whatever. I have a friend, I will not mention his name. We ran together. Immediately he was given the opportunity to become the chairman of his local government. He built a bulletproof house. My brother. This is somebody that...
What is he running away from?
I don't know. You didn't ask this one. Have you seen their convoy when they move? Convoy of Tinubu alone, when he's going alone, should be more than 20 million naira at a go. Convoy of VP alone should be more than 15 million. Sheyi should be more than 10. Is that what?
What is Sheyi's position? Son of the president?
I don't know. He's a son of the... I don't know. That's why I said there is no ideology. Because if there is ideology, if there is policy statement, if there is certain instruments of political movement, Sheyi Tinubu will not be... what is first lady? First daughter? What are those ones? Anyway, that's not why we are here. But the truth is, weaponizing poverty is one of the greatest tools that the government of Obasanjo to Jonathan to Buhari. I voted for Buhari the first time.
Almost.
Yes, almost all of us. We voted
because of his past.
Yes, we voted for this man to say, this is a disciplinarian. Even if it is just the discipline he is going to bring on the board, even if it is the discipline that is going to bring on the table for us, I campaigned for him. Even this show that you're talking about now, do you know that people will still think the same thing? Because if people will trust him, Chiwere was comfortable where he is. That's the problem. What is he looking for?
But Buhari was comfortable.
He was not.
Some people will tell you go to his place in Katsina and see what he has.
As far as I'm concerned, when you compare the two, to what they are doing, to how they are running, I'm not trusting anybody. I trust only God. But what this person represents, what he has been doing, how he has been carrying things, what he has been standing for. Are you getting me now? Because I'm in that party. Are you getting me now? And I've been in the party for more than 7 years. I've just from far, then inside a little bit, far, inside a little bit, when the party wanted, when some set of people wanted to hijack the party from him. And then you say he's the chairman. He was chairman, then he became because of those people that wanted to hijack the party. Who said something? He said, is it not wicked? He said, Obi is a traveler. When you travel to this party now, if the thing is not, you see Mama Putabi, you see he's always looking for food already. Somebody that has been consistent. You think they have not called Chiwere to come and be part of one government? You think he was not giving ministerial post? You think they did not ask him to come and take position? In short, if you are close to him, if there's any position, you tell him, go there, do it fair. If there's going to be a slave master system leave that place. If they are going to be a slave master, godfatherism, and put you here because I put you here, 20 billion is coming here. Out of the 20 billion, I'm having 5 billion. My son is having 1 billion. That's what they do every time, and that's why there's no that development we ought to have seen.
So what are we expecting, Ali Agan, now? What are we expecting in 2027?
See, 2027, in my language, we used to say that how Friday is going to look like, we begin to see it from Thursday. So from what we have seen with this inconclusive primaries, is telling much, or more than much, about what we are going to see by 2027. The reason is that this same mechanism that push forward to go and conduct primaries is because they have INEC representative there. And these are the people, the same people that INEC will say to go and monitor or to go and conduct this election come 2027. The only thing is that when we stand up as people, look at what is happening in Oyo over the student kidnap. As we speak now, in Oyo State, the schools are on strike. That is one action that will either Governor Sheyi Makinde likes it or not, that has put him on his toe. Either Mr. President likes it or not, because that may later spread to other states. Because if a child is kidnapped in the West, the children in the North should not sleep with their two eyes closed. So until we have a policy statement that clearly tells us that the 2027 election is going to be conducted free and fair, and nobody can say, unless President Yaradua, when he became president, he was the only president that came out to publicly said that, yeah, he won the election, but the process that led to his emergence was marred with irregularities. That was how
so.
How many of those who became president after him came out to tell us that.
All right.
Openly, we can see rigging. Even the 2023 election, go to my state, there is a particular candidate that won. Everybody knew that this man won this House of Representative election, and he was rigged off,
And nothing was done.
nothing happened.
All right.
When he even wanted to challenge it at the court of law, people prevailed on him. They went to meet his mother that he should prevail on his son.
When internally they already rigging themselves internally.
Look at
When is general, because it's not going to be their party affair. All right. It's not going.
what are we talking
No,
about?
it's see.
They are rigging themselves internally. You are not saying what is general.
No, when
now going to
okay,
Let him tell you his experience
I'm telling you.
in APC. He's a member of APC.
What we need to
let
do,
him tell you his
what we need
experience.
to do, I told
the other party should not allow them to do that.
that's what I said.
That's what I mean.
That's what I said somewhere.
Because these people are also people that were in that same party before they left, so they know how it's been done.
Yes, I said, you see Goliath and David. David did not just cry.
Our time is up.
Different weapons.
Our time is so far. Thank you very much, Muhammad, for joining us on the program. Muhammad Aziz, thank you very much, Ali Agam, for joining us on the program. We need to have this conversation. We need to have this conversation again. Muhammad Kazim, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Senatorial candidate for AAC FCT. All right, thank you very much for having us. All right, everyone, this is the size of the conversation. We'll come on your way again. My name is Ramsey Enoch Agbo. Bye for now.